Okay, today I would like to give certain clue for calculating the capital gains. From the given problem, first you search the full value of consideration. Full value of consideration means sale value of asset. First point you search from the problem, full value of consideration means sale value. Sale value. In this problem, what is the sale value? Sale proceed is here. Okay, you find this. This is the sale value. First point, you find the sale value. And second point, you search the expenses incurred at the time of sale. Second point, you search the expenses incurred at the time of sale. Here is the second point, selling expense. This is the second point you have to search. First point, you find the sale value. Second, you search expenses related with sale. This is the second point. Second point. And third point, you come to the cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition. What is the cost of acquisition? Okay. The cost of acquisition means purchase price or cost of purchase. Here is the purchase price, 1 lakh rupee. Okay. Purchase cost. Third point. Third point. Then before writing that cost of purchase, you have to see the date of purchase. You have to see the date of purchase or year of purchase. If the year of purchase is before 1/4/2001, if the date of acquisition or year of acquisition is before 1/4/2001, you don't take that amount directly. You find the fair market value. You find the fair market value on 1/4/2001. Okay. Here cost of acquisition is 1 lakh rupee and fair market value is 1,50,000. Okay. This is the point you remember. If the cost of acquisition date is after 1/4/2001, you take the cost directly. You take the cost directly. Remember this. If the cost of acquisition year is before 1/4/2001, then you have to compare 2 points. Compare 2 points. One is cost of acquisition. Another is fair market value on 1/4/2001. Clear? And whichever is more, you take. Whichever is more, you take. This is the third point in your table. First point is full value of consideration. Second point is expense incurred at the time of sale. Third point is cost of acquisition. In this way, find the cost of acquisition. Next point is cost of improvement. Fourth point. Fourth point is cost of improvement you have to find. Cost of improvement may be one or more than one. If the cost of improvements are there, you have to take those cost of improvement. While taking the cost of improvement, that cost of improvement is made only after 1/4/2001. This is the point you remember. The cost of improvement should be after 1/4/2001. You take. Otherwise, if the cost of improvement is before 1/4/2001, you don't consider that amount. You ignore that amount. Remember this? You remember this point. Okay, so here cost of improvement is there. Cost of improvement is there. One, it is in the 91/92. And this point is ignored. I ignored this point because it is before 1/4/2001. Before 1/4/2001. Clear? Ignore. Otherwise, you take this. And refund of cash is there. Advance is there. You take that. Third point. Next point. Okay. These are the important points regarding the capital gains. First, you take the full value of consideration. That is the sale value. Second, you take the selling expense. Third, you take the cost of acquisition. While taking the cost of acquisition, you must be careful. You must be careful regarding cost of acquisition. Whether we have to take the cost of acquisition or fair market value. Okay. This is the third point. And fourth point is cost of improvement. In the cost of improvement, you have to take only when it is after 1/4/2001. Only after 1/4/2001 you take. Okay, you adjust this, you will get the gross capital gain. After adjusting this, you will get the gross capital gain. This is very simple, very simple. After calculating the gross capital gain, there are deductions. Okay, there are deductions. You simply remember sale of residential house, acquisition of residential house. That is the deduction. Sale of residential house, you sell the residential house, acquire the residential house, or construct the residential house, or invest for residential house. That is the deduction under section 54. Okay, simple point you remember. And if you sold the agriculture land, I purchased the agriculture land, that is for 54B. 54B. Okay, these are the two important. And capital gain invested in specified bonds, specified investments. That is, one is National Highway Authority, another is rural electrification. These 2 points. In that, 50 lakh is the limit. That is the third one. And fourth is compulsory acquisition and rehabilitation. Next is shifting of business to other than urban area. Next is shifting of business to special economic zone. And last deduction is relating to acquisition of residential house by selling the other capital assets. By selling the other capital asset. That is the 54F. These are the deductions, simple deductions you remember. Okay. After this, you see this. One point is there. Mr. Maltesh purchased residential house for costing rupees 5,62,250 within a period of specified period. Within a given period, purchase. So this amount comes for deduction. So purchase of residential house is there and sale is jewelry. Okay, purchase of residential house by selling jewelry. So other than residential house. This is 54F. In the 54F, you take the capital gain, multiply by the amount invested, divided by net consideration. Net consideration. I given the equation. Apply that equation and find the deduction. This is the simple method of calculating capital gain. Okay. This problem I already solved in the yesterday class. Because of I was not happy with yesterday class. Therefore, once again, I explained the problem. This problem I already explained. This is the same. Okay. And you remember this, how to take the index. Always multiply by the current year index, means your previous year index. Multiply by previous year index, divide by the year of acquisition or year of improvement. This is year of acquisition, 81. 1,50,000 is the value related with 2001. Therefore, 2001 year index you take and divide. This is the problem already solved in the yesterday class. I'll not go for this. And next example, this is the example in connection with deemed capital gain or conversion of capital asset into stock in trade. You see the problem. In this problem, Mr. Magad is the owner of agriculture land. Magar is agriculture land. He is having agriculture land in urban area. Agriculture land is in urban area. And this was purchased in the year April 2001. April 2001. April 2001 is nothing but it is the year starting from April and ends on 31st March of 2002. This is the point you have to remember. So acquisition of that land is in the year 2001 and 2. It is acquired in the year 2001 and 2 for rupees 1 lakh. Okay, you remember this. Land is acquired for rupees 1 lakh in the year 2001 and 2. This is the point. And come to the next para. In the next para, he started real estate business on 1/4/2019. He started the real estate business. He started real estate business on 1/4/2019 means in the year 1920. 1920. Okay. So he converted the above land into stock in trade of his business. Land is converted into stock in trade. Okay. Before starting the business, that land is a capital asset. Before starting the business, that land is a capital asset. Whenever he started the real estate business goods. Goods means whatever purchase and you sell, that is called as goods. You studied that. Meaning of goods, you know it. Okay. So goods means in which product you are dealing. For furniture shop, furniture is the goods. For fertilizer shop, fertilizer is the goods. Medical shop, medicine is the goods. In the same way, for real estate business, land is a good. Land is a stock. Remember this. Land is a stock. So the above land is converted into stock in trade. Okay. And the fair market value of the same on the date of, on that date was rupees 3,60,000. 3,60,000 is the fair market value. Okay. So you remember this. For the business, he converted the land. 1 lakh rupee land is converted into stock in trade and its value on the date of conversion is 3,60,000. Okay, 3,60,000. And 1/3/2020, he sold the above land for 6,60,000. Okay, that land is sold for 6,60,000. Okay, any doubt? The capital asset land taken in the business. When that capital asset converted, what is the fair market value of that land? Anybody tell me? Please on your mic and tell me. On the date of conversion, what is the value of that land? I'm not asking the purchase value. I'm asking what is the value of land on 1/4/2019 when he converted the land into stock in trade?
3,60,000.
3,60,000.
Okay. 3,60,000 is the value. Then that land sold for rupees 6,60,000 by way of real estate business. 3,60,000 value land sold for rupees 6,60,000. Then what is the profit or loss? 3,60,000 value land sold for rupees 6,60,000. You tell me the profit or loss.
Profit.
What is the profit?
Profit 3 lakh.
3 lakh is the profit. Any doubt? 3 lakh is the profit. That 3 lakh profit is called as business profit. Okay. 3 lakh profit is called as business profit. Then you have to calculate the capital gain. Capital gain. This is the first part relating to business. Second part is relating to capital gain. Okay. What is the capital asset cost? What is the cost of that asset when you purchased? What is the cost of that land when you purchased? In the year 2001.
1 lakh.
1 lakh is the cost in the year 2000. 1 lakh is the cost in the year 2001. Okay. Then what is the present value you converted? You converted in the year 2019. In the year 19, you converted means you sold. You transferred. Capital asset transferred to stock in trade. At the time of transfer, what was its value? What was the value on the date of transfer?
3,60,000.
Okay, 3,60,000 is called as full value of consideration. Okay, 3,60,000 is the full value of consideration. Out of that, you deduct the cost. 1 lakh is the cost, but that cost is 2001. So it is acquired more than 24 months. It is long term. If it is long term, you have to apply the index. You have to apply the index and calculate the capital gain. Capital gain is equal to fair market value on the date of transfer minus index cost of acquisition. That will give you capital gain, long-term capital gain. Okay. You see the solution. Calculation of business income and capital gain. This is the table, particular amount. First, I'll take the sale proceed of converted capital asset. That is stock in trade. Sale proceed is 6,60,000. Okay. And it is taken. It is the sale proceed of the real estate business. Remember, my dear friends, this is the sale proceed of the real estate business. Sales in the real estate business is 6,60,000. And this asset is taken at the fair market value. It is taken at the fair market value of rupees 3,60,000. 3,60,000. So you deduct this, you will get 3 lakh is called as business income. Whatever you told. Your answer is 3 lakh. Clear? Then next you have to calculate the capital gain. Okay. The capital asset is transferred to real estate business at what price? When you transfer the capital asset to real estate, what was the fair market value? Fair market value of the converted capital asset is 3,60,000. It is converted date value. Out of this, you deduct the cost of acquisition if it is short term. If it is long term, you deduct the index cost. You have to apply the index. Okay. So cost is 1 lakh rupee. 1 lakh rupee into 289. 289 is the present index. It is given in the problem. You multiply by the present index and divide by the index of the year of acquisition. Year of acquisition index is 100. In the 2001-2, index is 100. So 1 lakh is the cost, multiply by present index and divide by the index of year of acquisition. Then that is called as index cost of acquisition. It is long term. It is held for more than 24 months. Therefore, you have to apply the index. So its cost is 2,89,000. Index cost is 2,89,000. Out of fair market value, you deduct the index cost of acquisition, you will get the capital gain. Capital gain is 71,000. Okay, this is the calculation of capital gain and business income if any capital asset is converted into stock in trade. Any capital asset is converted into stock in trade. This is the way of calculating capital gain and business income. This point you remember. This type of question comes for 5 marks. Okay. Any doubt about this? For long-term capital asset, you have to apply the index, except debenture, bonds, and depreciated assets. All the remaining assets, you have to apply the index. Clear? Then we will see the next problem. You see the problem. Mr. Rahman purchased a house in the year 1996 for rupees 50,000. Year of acquisition is 1996 for rupees 50,000. Okay. And he died in the year 2016. Rahman died in the year 2016, leaving the property to his unmarried son Abdul. Whenever the death takes place, the property goes to the son or daughter to his relatives. That is the rule. You know it. Okay. He died and ownership transferred to his son. Ownership transferred to his son. And then he died in the year 2016. However, they had incurred the following amounts on the improvement of the house. The following amounts are spent on the improvement. Renovation to the house in the year 1999, rupees 10,000. Renovation means improvement. 10,000 rupees spent for improvement in the year 1999. So I'll tell you, this point you ignore. This point you ignore. Why to ignore? This is before 1/4/2001. Whatever improvement cost given in the problem before 1/4/2001, you have to ignore. Remember this. Clear? Then second, adding two bathrooms. Adding two bathrooms in the year 2000 for rupees 20,000. In the year 99, there is some renovation. I agree with that. In the year 2000, two bathrooms were constructed inside the room, inside the house. Okay. And I tell you people to ignore this point also. Why you have to ignore? This point is also before 1/4/2001. So you ignore this improvement. Clear? Then come to the next. Fixing teak panels on the walls in April 2007, rupees 1,29,000. This is the point. This 1,29,000 teak panels on the walls in the year 2007. April 2007 means 2007-8. 2007-8. This point you consider as improvement. This point you consider as improvement. Because this improvement date period, improvement year is after 1/4/2001. Remember this. Above 2 points are before 1/4/2001. Therefore, you forget them. Forget them. Don't consider. And this point is after 1/4/2001. You have to consider this as a improvement cost. And 1,29,000 is the amount by the application of index, multiply by the current index and divide by the year of index. Okay, year of index. You have to calculate index cost. 1,29,000 is the cost. Then how to calculate the index cost for this? Multiply by the current index. Current year index means 1920. Index for the 1920. What is the index for the 1920? You see the last paragraph. Cost inflation index for financial year 2001 to 2007-8 and 2019-20 are 100, 129, 289. Okay. 129 is the cost. Multiply by present index. Multiply by present index means this is the cost, and you apply the index means multiply by the present index means multiply by 289. then you have to divide this amount. The divide by index related to the year of improvement. Year of improvement is 2007 and 8. April 2007 is nothing but 2007-8. 2007-8 index is 129. Okay. So you take this amount, multiply by 289, divide by 129. You will get the index cost of improvement. Okay. Then his son Abdul sell the house. His son sell the house in the October 2019 for ₹10,61,600. Sell means it is full value of consideration. First point, full value of consideration is 10,61,600. Clear? Then fair market value of the house. Fair market value of the house on 1/4/2001 was 2 lakh. It is the third point. Okay, this is the third point. So 2 lakh rupee or actual cost is 50,000. You see this point. Actual cost is 50,000. 50,000 or fair market value. Whichever is more, you have to take as cost of acquisition. Okay, out of these two, 2 lakh is the more. And for this, you apply the index. For 2 lakh rupee, you apply the index. Index is present index. Present index 289. You multiply by 289 and divide by the index of that year. 2 lakh value is on 1/4/2001. What is the index for the 2001 and 2? For 2001 and 2, index is 100. You divide by 100. You will get the cost of acquisition. Okay. This is the problem, and they ask to calculate capital gain. Clear? Any doubt about this problem? And after this, I will come to tell you how to solve this. First, you search the fair market value, sale value. First point, sale value is 10,61,600. First point clear. What is the selling expense in the problem? The selling expense in the problem is nothing. So this is the full value of consideration and the net consideration. Net consideration and full value of consideration is same. No doubt. Clear? First point clear. Second point clear. Cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition is 50,096 and fair market value is 2 lakh. So you have to take 2 lakh rupee as full cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition. Third point. Fourth point is improvement. Regarding improvement, there are three. There are 3 improvements. Out of 3 improvements, only one improvement is applicable. One improvement is applicable, that is 2007-8. And remaining 2 are before 1/4/2001. Therefore, we ignore the 2 and take 1. Clear? You will get the gross capital gain. And after that, you search for deduction. Is there any deduction? ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಹುಡುಕೋದು ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮನಿ ಮಾರಿ ಮನಿ ತಗೊಂಡಾನ, ಹೊಲ ಮಾರಿ ಹೊಲ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನ, ಏನೇನು ಆಸ್ತಿ ಮಾರಿ ಮನಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನ. ಇವು 3 ಬರ್ತಾವ ಒಟ್ಟ ನೀವು. 54, 54B, 54F. ಇವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ 3 ಇರ್ತಾವು. ಯಾವ್ದು ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಇದ್ರ ಯಾವ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಗೀತು. ಫುಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಎರಡನೇದು ಯಾವ್ದಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಕಳೆದ್ರ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬಂತು. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರಲಿ. You see here. Computation capital gain for the assessment year 2021. Particular amount. Full value of consideration, sale value. 10,61,600. Clear? Then expenses incurred on sale. Nil. 0. Again, net consideration is 10,61,600. Clear? Index cost of acquisition. In the index cost is 50,000. It is before 1/4/2001. 50,000. So you see the fair market value. Fair market value is, I think, 1 lakh or 2 lakh. So fair market value is more. You take the fair market value. 2 lakh is the fair market value. Multiply by 289, present index. always you multiply. Remember this point. Always multiply by 289. Always multiply by 289 and divide by respective year index. Respective year index. 2 lakh is relating to 2001 and 2001 index is 100. So you divide by 100. And its answer is 5,78,000 cost in inflation index. Then next is index cost of improvement. Only one comes. If all the three are after 1/4/2001, you take all the three. Remember this. All the three improvements you take if they are after 1/4/2001. Okay. But only one is applicable here because remaining two are not after 1/4/2001. So 1,29,000 is the improvement amount in the year 2007-8. And present index is 289. And index relating to 1,29,000 improvement year. 1,29,000 is the cost. This cost incurred in the year 2007-8. 7-8 index is 129. So you divide by 129. It is the index cost of improvement. Clear? Then there is no advance received amount. So it is 0. Clear? Very simple. You take the total of the three to the outer column, and in the outer column you deduct. Whatever balance comes, this balance is called as gross capital gain. If it is short term, you write as short term. You write as a long term, it is long term. Then deduction or exemptions from 54 to 54F. Exemptions from 54 to 54F, nothing are given in the problem. There is nothing deduction in the problem. Therefore, you put 0. You put 0 and your answer is same. Gross capital gain becomes the net long-term capital gain. In this way, you calculate the answer. Okay. This is the method of solving the problem. I'll explain this problem. You solve this problem in your home. Only 3-minute time is there. Okay. You see this problem. Prakash purchased house in the year 1999. 99 is before 1/4/2001. Okay. The fair market value of the house on 1/4/2001 is 1,70,000. It is very complicated problem and interesting one. Acquisition year is before 1/4/2001 and fair market value on 1/4/2001 is 1,70,000. There are two values. Out of these two values, one value is considered as cost of acquisition. Out of these two, which is considered as cost of acquisition? Anyone tell me? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು value ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Purchase value is 2,10,000. Fair market value is 1,70,000. Out of these two, what is the cost of acquisition? ನಾವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಷನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಟೈಮ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇತ್ತು, 1 ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳು. ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು? ನಾ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಬಹಳ ಸಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರ ಫೇರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 2,10,000. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೋರಿ. ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರ್ತದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. 2,10,000 is the more. Whichever is more is considered as cost of acquisition. Clear? 1 cost of acquisition 6. Then cost of construction of bathroom, rooms, 2,000 and 2,001, 10,000. Will you consider this point or not? Point A is to be considered or not?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
it is not considered. Then renovation cost in year 13-14.
Considered.
Yes.
It is considered. Renovation is considered.